This is one of the many secrets to trading a £12 prep meal deal for unlimited food, drinks, and sometimes the sorts of luxuries that are difficult to believe could be available in an airport. Today I'll show you how I get into most airport lounges worldwide using a mix of cards, status, and smart bookings. Today I'll cover Amex Platinum and its extensive range of global lounges, the priority pass, and the different levels of access that you can get to its network worldwide. How airline status through British Airways and its partners can get you access to some even more exclusive lounges, and the pay-per-visit options that are available with an extensive list of cards in the UK, such as Revolut, Curve, and Barclaycard, with a bonus segment for when your ticket does all the work for you. Let's start with the heavy hitter, the Amex Platinum. Now this card has its own global network just from the card itself. That's not even considering the priority pass card that comes with it that has a separate network. The global lounge collection that's available with Amex Platinum has over 1,500 lounges worldwide, including the elusive Centurion lounges. So what lounges do you get access to using this card? Well, escape lounges, which are a partner of the Centurion lounge that are often available at smaller airports and can come in clutch when there's nothing else available. Plaza Premium, which for me is one of the most reliable brands and consistent brands across the aviation lounge space. It has a huge network across Asia and Europe, and you can access this with other cards apart from the Amex Platinum. However, the benefits that you get when using an Amex Platinum are extensive. Free showers, extended stays, faster Wi-Fi, the list goes on. Delta Sky Club when you're flying Delta the same way, regardless of the cabin that you're flying in, which is a US specific benefit but can come in really handy when you've got nothing else as an option. Some select lounges with Lufthansa as well, if you are flying Lufthansa group the same day. And of course, as I mentioned, the Centurion lounges, which are regarded as some of the best airport lounges in the world. Incredible food, great spaces for working, great relaxing spaces, sometimes sleeping. What more could you need from an airport lounge? It's like a hotel on wheels. And even though there are only 25 lounges worldwide, most of which being within the US, it is for sure an experience that you don't want to miss. The lounges in the Amex Global Lounge Network are the ones that you want when you want consistency no matter where you are in the world and don't really want to take a gamble on it being overcrowded, full and you can't get in, or just a bit dreary, which can happen. The Amex Platinum, along with some other cards in the UK, also gives you access to the Priority Pass network, which is the largest lounge network in the world with 1,700 lounges globally. I owe my sanity to this card over the years, helping with long flight delays, long layovers, and even the odd free massage here and there. Shout out to Bangkok Suvarnabhumi Airport. This card comes as standard with all UK Platinum Amexes, and you get unlimited access for yourself and then an unlimited guest every time that you go as well. All other guests are paid for. But it's not the only card in the UK that offers the Priority Pass as a benefit. Other cards include the Amex Gold card, which gets you 4 complimentary visits per year. After that, it's paid. The HSBC World Premier Elite MasterCard, which gets you unlimited visits for yourself and then £20 paid visits for guests. However, if you have a supplementary card holder, which is £60 extra per year, they have their own unlimited lounge access too. And you can also purchase the Priority Pass membership direct from the Priority Pass website if you feel that you fly enough to make it worthwhile. There are 3 different tiers of access that you can purchase with a different range of annual membership fees. However, none of the publicly listed plans are as good as the Amex Platinum plan. But you don't have to visit many times to see how you can make it worthwhile. Now, credit cards are one thing, but airline statuses can be the cheat code. If you hold Oneworld Sapphire status, which is BA Silver or any equivalent with any other airline in the Oneworld group, you can use business class lounges whenever you're flying with a Oneworld partner on the same day. Similarly, if you have Oneworld Emerald status, which is BA Gold and all equivalents, you can access any first class lounges when they're available. And believe me, you want to access them. I'll give you a real life, real world example. We recently flew Qatar Airways to Bangkok, obviously via Qatar, and my sister was able to get into the Qatar Business Lounge because she has BA Silver status. Now, I was also able to access the lounge with a guest because I have Royal Jordanian Gold Sparrow status, which I got in a status match because of my Marriott Bonvoy status. So I took my wife as well. And my parents were able to access the lounge because they were flying business class on that day. Which brings me on to the next section, that is when your ticket gets you into the airport lounge. Being extremely transparent, the most straightforward route here is to book a business class flight. This can be a short haul business class flight, so flying BA Club Europe, anywhere, Scotland, Newcastle, Cyprus, it doesn't really matter. It all comes with business class lounge access. There are some exceptions to this. So Qatar, for example, has a business class light product, which allows you to fly business class with Qatar, but some of the benefits are removed from your fare class. So one of the benefits that's removed is the airport lounge. But all in all, it is a relatively safe bet if you check the conditions of your carriage, that if you're flying business class and you've paid full price, or even if you've just done it through points, rewards, you're gonna have business class lounge access. And of course, if you've got the status, you can access the lounge regardless of whether it's a light fare or a normal fare. But not every trip needs a premium card or a premium cabin. Some cards will allow you to get access to an airport lounge, guaranteed, but for a price. And those cards often allow you discounted access, which in this economy should not be overlooked. Here's a quick rundown. The Barclaycard Avios cards that allow you pay per visit pricing using the Dragonpass app. Revolut Metal, which offers the Loungekey access that has discounted visit fees, and sometimes Smart Delay, which offers you airport lounge access if your flight is delayed. Curve Pro Plus, which also allows Loungekey access and Smart Delay. And then there's a whole host of other cards that allow Dragonpass as one of the benefits. The Loungekey and Dragonpass network is not as extensive as the Priority Pass, however, it is nothing to turn your nose up at, and it is a great thing to have as an option. So here's how I cover almost every airport lounge in the world without thinking about it. Amex Platinum. It is the baseline. It is the holy grail. The Amex Platinum card gives you access to so many lounge just by itself. But then when you add the Priority Pass on as well, it's a cumulative 3,000 airport lounges worldwide. Yes, there's some crossover within the 1,500 and the 1,700, but it's pretty extensive. Because I have status with Oneworld, I aim for Oneworld flights when possible. That's not always possible. Sometimes it's too expensive. Sometimes they just don't fly to the places I need them to. But if they do, I'm more likely to pay that extra £10. One, because I'm probably going to get my luggage included as well. And two, because the airport lounge is just calling me. And some of those Oneworld airport lounges are. Keeping a pay-per-visit option for when the Priority Pass isn't available, lounges might be full, a different selection of lounges. So I personally have the Curve Pro card that allows me access to the Loungekey network that I was talking about. But of course, the major cluster that's missing here is Virgin Atlantic and its SkyTeam partners. The SkyTeam lounges are pretty incredible, particularly Virgin's Clubhouse lounges, and that is something that is a lot harder to access. We have tried to access in the past. Virgin in some airports will allow you access for a limited period of time, but normally for a price of around $100, £100 per person, it's pretty insane. Aside from that, if you're flying with any of the airlines that feature in the SkyTeam Alliance, of course you will get access if you are flying business class. Now for some FAQs. Can I bring guests? That's what people always ask. Well, fundamentally, yes. The question really becomes, do I need to pay for my guests or not? As I identified, there's only two ways that you wouldn't need to pay for your guest. One is if you have status with Oneworld or any of its partners, and you can bring in a guest for free. Also, the Priority Pass that you get through the Platinum American Express card gives you the ability to bring a guest in for free, unlimited. Aside from that, you pretty much have to pay for your guest every single time. What happens if a lounge is full? Unfortunately, that does happen in this growing world where people are becoming more knowledgeable about flights and all of the benefits that come along with them. There are more lounges that become full. The best way to safeguard against this is to pre-book a lounge if possible. Some schemes allow you to do it for free, some schemes don't, and sometimes it's £6 or £8 to book in advance. But if you're getting the lounge access for free anyway, and to secure a space, you need to pay £6-8, it's probably worth it. Elsewhere in the airport, you're barely going to get a bottle of water for that. Can I lounge hop? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can spend 10 minutes in one lounge, half an hour in another lounge. Sometimes I've even been like, hey, can I go in and see what you've got going on in here? Like, I need to see the food, I need to see the drink selection, I need to see the space. Sometimes there's no windows. Like, I want to know all of that stuff before I commit to spending my time in there. But if it's not right for you, you can just leave and go to another lounge. There's no limit on the amount of lounges in an airport that you can visit or the amount of times that you can re-enter the lounge. With all of this in mind, there's been very few airports globally that I've not been able to access a lounge in, which has been a great assistance in long travel days and sometimes when it's just a bit too busy and chaotic out in the waiting area. If you found this video even slightly helpful, I would love it if you could please like the video, subscribe for more content because I'm sharing so much more this year, and drop a comment with your home airport, and if there's a lounge there that I've been to, I'd love to talk about it. As always, I'm Jordan, this is Miles Ahead, and we'll see you on the next one. Safe.